If a business doesn't run a good background check on a employee, on a vendor, even sometimes on customers, there are 6 sources of direct risk that can show up on that front door of that business. First of all, you can have business interruption. If you have an employee who is hired that doesn't have a background check, even if you catch it before that person does anything wrong, and when you fire that employee, you're going to have an interruption of your business flow. It's going to, whatever they were doing that day before they got fired, somebody else is going to have to do it, or it's not going to get done. So business interruption is a big deal. Obviously, think about your day as a business owner. The biggest factor you have to deal with is interruption of your business. Every day you have meetings, you have phone calls, that interrupts your flow. A bad employee will interrupt it in ways you can't even imagine. I'm sure you've been there. It'll also interrupt client goodwill. If that process that employee was working on involves a customer getting their product and customer buying something, that goodwill is going to go out the window if the client doesn't have anybody to talk to or they don't get their product in time. Number 3, employee morale. You find out somebody does something wrong, you have to fire them. It's going to create a bad vibe inside your company. Worst case scenario, if that employee actually does something wrong, it might create injury to another employee. If the person is violent and they hit somebody or crash into somebody's car, you could have an injury. That could be a bigger deal, which leads me to number 4, financial loss. You can have loss from theft. You can have loss from customers leaving. You can have loss from lawsuits. If you have direct injury to other people, you could have financial loss from lawsuits, legal fees, deductibles, and number 5, insurance rates. If you have things that happen in your company that are bad because of a bad employee or a vendor, your insurance rate could skyrocket if you have these kind of losses and claims against you or lawsuits. And remember, I said vendors. Not only should you check out employees, but if you have valued vendors that are interacting with your company, that are accessing customer information, even dealing with clients. If you have a vendor that provides you a product and that product turns out to be have liability, you may have some damages from a vendor doing bad things too. So check out your vendors, check out your employees, make sure everybody's on the up and up. Do it in a legal way. There's some other videos that we have about background checks. Some states have limits on what you can do for background checks. Make sure you understand those. Get good legal advice. Background checks are important. They prevent a great deal of losses and risk. Our website is afxsearch.com. We're licensed investigators. We're glad to help.